My love.
We are who we've been waiting for. We are we got. We are our own solution.
I'm looking, I'm searching.
I'm looking.
I'm looking, I'm searching.
I'm searching.
I'm looking for someone to give about me. I'm looking, I'm searching.
I'm looking.
I'm looking, I'm searching. I'm looking for someone to give about you. I'm looking, I'm searching. I'm looking, I'm searching. I'm looking for someone to give about me. I'm looking, I'm searching. I'm looking, I'm searching. I'm looking for someone to give about you.
It's from the love that's in me. I love the love. I am so grateful for the enemy, but yet they still attack me with the envy. They're trying to clog my drain, leave me empty. They say I'm honored every week. I say humbled and grateful, not to feel weak. Let the church speak. I'm on the wall, but they just can't kick the pit. Hey, what's happening? What's happening? Grand Rising, everybody, and happy Saturday. What a Saturday it is in Chicago. Woke up to some beautiful snow. Those that have to drive in it feel different. But I am so grateful. It's so beautiful. And it's not so brittle cold today. The sun is out. A lot of great things happening in the beautiful city of Chicago. Welcome to Chicago Community Activism Podcast. I'm your host, Sista Afrika. Listen. The show would not be possible without the visionary leader, Brian Gorman. Shout out to Brian Gorman. Thank you for your vision. Thank you for your leadership. Thank you for all of the work you do behind the scenes that people don't even have a clue that you've been doing over 30 years and you still look 30. Shout out to Brian Gorman. Without further ado, this show was created because Saturday is a day typically that people are out and about in the community. Unity is in community. We are very invested. So we chose Saturday to bring in special guests that do a lot of work in the community, guests that are all about the community, guests that community spews out of them. Okay. And our guest today represents all of that. I have to dedicate this show to my parents. I'm so grateful that on Saturdays, I was up and out with my parents, be it a church event, a community event, some of my activities, ballet, whatever it is that I was doing, my parents were right there, and I got to learn from them. My father, the late, great Reverend Dr. Kwame John Porter, was the first SCLC chapter president for Dr. King. I'm sorry, the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And I grew up having a real understanding of community, of culture, of life, you understand, and of activism and organizing and servitude. My mother, who is 90. She was born on Juneteenth. Her name is actually June. My mom is still very active with the Alfreda Wells Civic Duster Club. This organization preserves the life and legacy of the Ida B. Wells. And this is the oldest civic federating club organization of its kind in the country. So I'm honored to have come from such great active people who cared about the community and cared about people. Again, this is the Chicago Community Activism Podcast. If you would like to be a guest, do not hesitate. Reach out to us. We are very accessible all over platforms that you have, and we would love to have you. We would love to talk with you. We would love to share what you do with others so people can get involved with what you do. Again, the purpose is so people on a Saturday can come out and support you. They can come out and volunteer. They can donate. They can be a part of your cause, what is important to you and your organization. Without further ado, my guest spews out community all day long. You might see her stepping. You may see her speaking. You may see her teaching, but you're going to always see her rapping for autism. You understand me with the answer. Won't you all welcome my beautiful guest, Queen Debra Vines. Oh. Hey, what's happening?
Thank you so much for having me. Africa, you are just, firstly, let's just get into it. You are totally amazing, and you spur community. You spur community. Your message is always the same, and your brand is always the same. And, you know, although you're younger than me, I stand on the shoulders of you in so many ways. So you inspire me as well.
That's you have to make me. But
Well, you do.
I
You
love
do.
so
You
much.
do.
And before we get started,
Exactly.
Queen Debra was
Yeah.
saying, this is gonna be fun because we know each other. For real.
Exactly.
And that's what community does. We met in the community.
Yes,
we met
did.
doing the work.
We did.
Talk about how you got started with this work that you do.
I've told this story so many times because it's a lived experience, but I'm so grateful that God has embedded this journey for me. And it started from the birth of our son, my late husband James, and us at 1987. Jason is 37 now, and he has autism. And the journey was just so dark. It was just really dark because we didn't have any resources.
Yes.
And I'm not a complainer. I'm not a talker. I'm a walker.
That's right. Come on.
And once I had a job at Ceasefire.
Right. Shout out T.O. Hardeman.
Come on, T.O.
Mr. Ceasefire.
And I was Ceasefire Maywood, and just being in the community, and I'm so glad that I had that opportunity to actually just take a deep dive into the gangs. And I'm from the west side of Chicago.
Come on,
so
west side. They say it's the best side.
I grew up with the Vice Lords and the Four Corner Hustlers, and I grew up with all of those. So, but to take a deeper dive into the really how they operated, and to stop the killing, and let's just live, and so I learned so much. And then when the funding dried up, God said, I told you what to do in 2003.
Come on.
And he had given me the vision because so many families are, I was having so many successes with Jason, and he had just given me so many tools. And so in 2007, I sat down with my brother Stefan, who was executive director of Marcy Newberry.
Nice.
Not executive director, but program director.
Okay.
And so I sat down with him and I said, listen, this is what I want to do. He said, well, what do you want to call it? I said, well, so many families that are asking questions, I want to be able to give them answers.
I love it.
That's how the answer, the name was born. But it started because my husband and I were just so frustrated. And, in Black and brown communities, I'm just going to say Black because I'm Black, unapologetically Black.
Right. That's right.
And I didn't know which way to go. So I was in Wilmette. I was in all the affluent suburbs, just getting resources just for me. And I walked into this support group. And when I walked into the parking lot because I took the Metro train to get there because I didn't have a car.
Come on.
And I walked, and it was snow. It was snowing, just like a little worse than it is outside now. But I needed help for me and Jason. And so when I walked in, I saw the parking lot. It was full of Mercedes and Infinities and all these cars, and I got totally intimidated. I got totally intimidated, but I said, okay, Debra,
I'm supposed to be here.
I'm supposed to be here.
Right.
And the women were very welcoming. They were welcoming, like diamond rings on, and I just got my jeans on, my snow boots, and I'm an autism mom. I don't care what my financial stability is.
That's right.
But they were saying, even before iPads became popular, they was like, oh, I have my kid an iPad and we're doing this. And then that's where the intimidation came in. I mean, I'm 5'10", and I felt like I was 5'2". At that point. And once I left there, I said, I gotta do something. I gotta do something. I want our community to have this. But what really started the whole movement of having the resources in our community, we started with just a support group, because to be totally transparent, I wanted other special needs friends, mom's friends.
Yes, absolutely.
I wanted to be able to share
in common. Y'all have the
absolutely
same,
to be able to share the information and share our challenges, to share our successes. And because not that you don't love Jason and love the community, but not having it's not the same. It's not the same. And so I ended up getting a whole group of friends.
Come on.
And then we went from there, from their needs to answer grew, to tutoring, to Music and Me, to Spectrum University, to first responder trainers. As the challenges were put before me, I created things to help the family. So the answer has just grown tremendously since 2007. I'm so grateful to God, not just for the platform of the answer, but even the platform for me, coming from the dark place that I was. And for 15 years, it's just like God said, okay, you did this and you repented.
Come on.
And you are moving forward with the mission that I gave you. So here you go.
And I got you.
Yeah. But every success that I have, the answer gets it too. It gets it too, because I'm the answer. The answer is me.
Yes.
And we're one. So I'm just grateful.
Listen, I love that story. I have heard it a million times. It never gets old. It's so beautiful and so real to walk into a space and you know what I mean, you said they were welcoming, but a part of you did not feel walking into it
Yes.
the best.
Yes.
That's real.
I
And
didn't.
we deal with that a lot in our
Oh
community.
my God. Still.
Yeah.
Still. Even walking in rooms with people that look like us.
Oh yeah.
Intimidation comes in.
Absolutely.
But you know, I just want to just really express to the listening audience and the viewer audience that although you might not be going through a situation today,
Come on.
it could be you tomorrow.
Come on. Come on. The old folks used to say, just live a little bit.
You know, autism, the numbers for autism is 1 in 48. So if it's 48 people in this room, one is going to have autism. And that's whether they're functioning. You know, you have a lot of people that are functioning, driving, married, and they're on the spectrum.
Going to work every day on the spectrum. That's
Everything have children. And they're on the spectrum. And guess what? Being on the spectrum is not a disease. It's not life-threatening. It's not that you can't get better. And in our community, our children, 1 in 8 of our children are diagnosed late.
Yes.
Because when we see our kids, oh, they just bad. Oh, they just a little slow.
Yes.
Oh, they'll be okay.
He's just too busy.
Exactly.
Bad, right?
Exactly. But I must say that since we started the Answer Incorporated, more families are calling.
Come on.
And I'm not gonna say it's because of us. It's because of the collective of other organizations as well.
Some work. We're gonna say
Yeah, okay. I want to remain humble.
Oh no, you're doing the work, and what happens when you're doing the work, other people see the light.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They get inspired.
Yeah.
And then maybe they tap in a little bit more when otherwise they wouldn't.
Absolutely.
They looking at their own child like, man, he's not responding quick enough.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? She's not tapping in.
Right.
Maybe I need to tap in with Sister Debra.
Exactly.
That's how it works.
You know, the phone calls that I get, Africa, is, you know, my kid is not paying attention. My kid won't look at me. My kid is running all around there. They're lining things up. They're walking on their toes. It's so many symptoms that not to say that your kid is autistic. It just might be on the spectrum where you can get them in OT, physical therapy, behavior therapy. Start getting those therapies. So by a year from now, you'd be like, well, where were those symptoms? They're gone because you attacked them. When you get a toothache, what do you do? Go to the dentist.
That's right. Come on.
You know, get the help.
Someone sent me a video of brother, Chicago's own Kanye West. And in the video, he was recently saying that he's on the spectrum.
I believe
He said he's autistic. And people were laughing.
I've always said
it's not funny. You already understood it.
Yes.
A lot of the
I'm glad he
behaviors,
admitted it.
me too, because that kind of helps us to better understand.
It does.
And not mock, not make fun of.
Yes.
You know, people don't know, but I had a son that was born healthy, and he caught an infection at the hospital. Well, he passed.
Okay.
And
So sorry.
yeah, but thank you. The time that he was living, he lived 10 months.
Okay.
My husband and I, we had to learn sign language because he was deaf mute.
Okay.
And then he became blind. So it was a lot of different things happening with him, but they were already deeming him to be special.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So we were already prepared. You know, we had the house made a certain way so we can pick up and tap into the needs that he would need. But a day doesn't go by that I don't consider and think how my life would be had he been alive.
Oh my God. You know, the life of a caregiver. And I'm 66 years old. Jason's 37. And for the most part, when our loved ones become a certain age, we start thinking about our next phases in life when I'm not here anymore.
That's right.
And I just can't think about my life without Jason every single day.
That's
But I have to be realistic.
Yeah.
And that's a whole new phase. But as parents coming to the answer, and I'm encouraging any family that has a child that you think might be on the spectrum, or if you have a child that's on the spectrum and you help, especially if they're small. A lot of times people think that our agency just services adults. We have
I'm so glad you said that.
Yeah, we have from 6 to 10, from 10 to 17, and from 17 to 40. We service 3 different age groups in so many capacities through tutoring. You can bring your kids homework and we would help them through the homework. We have 7 amazing tutors. My team, I could not do anything without my team. Akila, Dana, Amanda, and all the tutors.
Love it.
Our board of directors. I don't do this by myself. I don't. I mean, it's a whole train. I'm just the engineer. I'm just the engineer. I'm the engineer, but you know, starting from the beginning, I was the one carrying the totes and still carry totes. I was sitting on the floor and with kids. If I need to go teach a class, we do what we have to do for our agencies. But I never want to get to the point where no one can call me and I don't pick up the phone. Because a woman called me the other day. She's like, "Is this Debra Vance?" I said, "Yes, it is." She said, "Oh my God, I'm talking to you." I said, "Listen, I'm an autism mom first. I'm a CEO second.
Come on.
Let's go. What do you need?"
I love it. And that's who you are all the time.
Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of, you talk about your team. Who are those people that inspired you?
Oh, so many. I have to start from Senator Lightford.
Oh, SheetaBomb.com.
I have to start with her because when I first had the answer on a sheet of paper, and she tells this story every year at our gala, I was walking down her hall, and I didn't even make an appointment. I just went. But I've been knowing the senator for quite some time, but not in that capacity. And so she was like, her assistant was like, well, do you have an appointment? I was like, no.
You're like, what's that?
And so I presented this sheet of paper, and I have to shout out to Bishop Porter too.
Oh yeah, oh
Senator Lightford and
Come on.
Bishop Porter were
Come
two
on.
people that I shared my vision with.
Oh yeah.
And so I'm gonna do my
that's
Bishop Porter
distant
voice.
cousin, Porter
He calls me Debra Divine. Going to do it. And I'm behind you. And you know, I have PLCCA has been just such a great partner with Dance Incorporated. We've been working with them since 2008 with VPR R3. When we didn't have a space, Bishop Porter would let us come in and do our support group meetings, groups, and things like that. So I have
to tell people about them porters.
Let me tell you something.
These porters now. We do
that. Okay, Africa Porter. But you know, I have to give acknowledgement to him. But Senator Lightford, I have to say, Mayor Katrina Thompson.
Yes.
Katrina Thompson is sometimes I was going left, and she would let me, you know, she would push me back right. Has been such a mentor to me. And I just can't. If I missed anybody, but those are like my top three.
Yes. Of course.
And I have to say, my mom.
Oh, absolutely.
My mom. All my family lives in Alabama. I'm the only. I don't have any blood family in Chicago. So anybody want me in their family here?
No, they can't have you. We got you. Me and Shawty. No. I see Maria.
You and Shawty. Oh yeah, my girl Shawty. But at the end of the day, you know, we all are family in some shape, form, or fashion. But getting back to the shoulders that I'm standing on, I mean, Winona Redmond, Charmaine Riquette, so many.
Charmaine looks so good on her vacation right now.
We'll just talk about that later. Okay. But you know, I have to pay homage to them because they open so many doors for me. You know, even though I'm at the door.
Yes.
I some doors I just can't kick in. I need somebody to open it, like Africa or Winona or Charmaine or Katrina or Senator Lightford or Rep Ford, Camille Lilly. I have to, you know, my legislators, you know, Mayor Booker, Mayor Harvey. I have so many that just love what and support.
But Debra, you represent so much. You know, it's one thing to have people that pour into you, but you're easy to pour into.
Amen.
You understand what I'm saying?
Amen.
Not trying to be funny, but everybody's not. They don't have it.
Amen.
You get the spirit.
Thank you.
And God is in you and all over you.
Thank you.
So it makes it easy.
Sometimes we go through mental health challenges or physical challenges, and we might look a little different or whatever, but that's that time to say, okay, where you at? You okay?
Come on. That's right.
You know, because I tell you, just dealing with the community every day and all the stories that I hear every single day of families calling with their challenges. You know, Jason's doing great. He's doing amazing.
I just saw y'all dancing together.
Girl,
he looks so good.
He's doing amazing. But I tell you, over the years, we've gone through a lot of challenges, and this is one of the things I want to talk about. The state of Illinois just passed a law that first responders have to be trained how to deal with people with autism. And, you know, Jason had medication meltdowns when he was about 13 years old. He became very violent. And had taken to the hospital. Police came. It was just very, 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 very. Oh,
and then you're talking about when the police weren't necessarily trained.
Yes.
In that work.
Yes. And so I said that if I ever start anything, so we've trained so many municipalities. So if you need autism training for your first responders or daycare centers, we just did one with Ladies of Virtue, Jamil.
Oh, I love
That's my girl. Yeah, she's doing amazing work. I'm so in awe of her. So in awe of her, what she's doing. And so we just did a training with her and just so many others. So our number is 708-296-5651.
We was getting to that. So let me ask you this.
Okay.
When it comes to community and community offerings, as it pertains to like healing, what are some of those projects that you've done? Talk about some of the initiatives you've passed and the galas, and when people get to come out and support you. What is that?
Yes. Like? Well, currently we have partnering with the Chicago Autism Network, and this will be our 4th year.
Come on.
Kimmy Messamura, shout out to you. Love you. It's been such a great partnership. So we did a Autism Expo because we wanted families to come in and have resources. And what's so amazing, I think Kimmy is, she's of the Korean descent.
Okay.
And so you have a Korean descent, you have an African-American woman, but guess what? We both have special needs children. So we are one.
We won.
And this has been such an amazing event. It was last year was at Malcolm X College, but they're, our date got bumped.
Okay.
And so we're at Proviso Math and Science Academy,
Nice.
March 15th.
Okay.
So I give all the links to Africa so she
Yes,
can
I
plug
will
them into
share it,
her.
yes.
And then on April 26th is our 17th annual Autism and Developmental and Intellectual Disabilities Walkathon. And the
Nice.
reason why this walkathon started is because 20 years ago, I took Jason to this camp in Winfield, Illinois,
Uh-huh.
and he was the only African-American
Oh,
there.
wow.
And I was like,
Right.
I want my kids to be able to experience this. So
Absolutely.
when I started the answer, this was Mary Katrina Thompson's idea.
Come on.
She said, girl, why don't you have a walkathon and raise money and be able to sponsor kids to camp?
Nice.
So right now we have about 60 kids that want to go. And it's April 26th at Proviso West High School.
on.
Great partner. Thank you,
I
District
love
209.
I love how you just remember all this stuff. You get
Girl,
all the
look, and I'm
districts and numbers.
66, right?
Doing great. Like,
Taking my getting coca every
come
day.
on.
But yeah, and so I you know what, and I'm glad that God brings back to memory to thank people, and I don't
Yeah.
even have a
Nah,
paper in
it's
front of me.
there. You got
but
it.
but because I'm thankful.
Absolutely.
I am so thankful. And
Absolutely.
we have great relationships within the Proviso Township with all the mayors, all the communities. Shout out to Mayor Tamburino, Harvey, Thompson,
Nice.
my mayor, Mayor Nathaniel Booker.
Booker. Booker is amazing.
You know, and even Forest Park, Roy Hoskins, and all the legislators, and then even the community organizations.
Yes.
I cannot forget them. You know, we all stand on each other's shoulders.
Yeah.
So the walkathon not only is going to have game trucks. Last year we had over 600 people to walk through the doors to get resources. We have food. We have entertainment, you
All
know,
that
Rico Michael
information?
Jackson, all the information.
Rico,
We had
yes.
70 vendors last year, so we're hoping to have at least 100 this
Come
year.
on.
We have business vendors and resource vendors.
I love it.
So, and our prices are so minimum, but we're raising money. It's a fundraiser. It's fun, but it's a fundraiser.
I love it.
And
That's amazing.
information.
And information.
Information.
It's like information overload.
So you know, and I'm not going to say the name, but this is one organization that has walkathons every single year, and it's thousands and thousands of people that go to Soldier Field. How come the answer can't get 1,000 people?
The answer
Let's
can.
go.
The answer will.
Let's
we
go.
all gonna work, right? Everybody, listen. This is the Chicago Community Activism Podcast, where community is the source here. This is all about community. Unity is in the word community. What does community mean to you?
You know what? That's a great question. Community means to me, love. It means sharing resources. It means just because your neighbor is your neighbor and you're not friends with them doesn't mean that you're not going to help them.
That's right.
It means one hand reaching and the other hand grabbing.
Come on.
And the other hand pushing and the other hand grabbing. You know, it's coming together. It's no big eyes and little U's.
No.
And that's what community is to me. It's one hand. I think PLCCA has a tagline. It's like each one reach one or something like that. And so if I have information, God gave me the information. And if Africa calls me and says, Sister Debra, do you know blah, blah, blah? And even if I had to pay to get the information, why wouldn't I share it with you? Why? So that's community to me. It's sharing what God has put in you to help someone else to grow.
Sharing what God has put in you to help someone else to grow. You better teach him. I love that. Because community is so important.
Yeah.
And you spoke about something that people talk about all the time. They call it gatekeeping culture. You know, that doesn't live here.
In silos.
And silos. We can't even afford that. We don't have the luxury of that.
We can't.
We got to be reaching. Whenever I see anybody, I'm always interested. How you doing? What's your name? What do you bring to the world? How can I support what you're doing?
How can I help you?
How can we collaborate? How can we work together?
You know,
and based on what they tell me, I'm like, oh, I know such and such that do this.
You all on your phone, like
I'm always sending you people I meet that's in this field, right?
Yeah.
We got to.
We have to. You know, I was leaving my house yesterday evening. It was a little dark, and I saw these two young men walking down the street with shovels in their hand. I had not seen that since I was walking with a shovel. Because my mama gave us shovels and we was like, you better go make you some money. A shovel.
Right. Come on now.
It was me and my siblings and we was making our money. And so I saw that. And so I rolled down my window and I said, I live 3 doors down. I said, how much you would charge me to shovel my thing? And this was before it started snowing again.
Okay.
Because I hadn't shoveled in 2 days.
You like, I'm going to need that.
Right. And so they said $5 a piece. I said, look, I'm going to give you $10 each.
Come on.
And you make sure that you zip up your hoodie.
That's right.
Because your hoodie is hanging all off. I got Mama Debra
Oh,
in.
come on. Mama jumped in like,
And then
baby.
I asked them who their mom was, and they lived down the street, and I knew the mom.
Nice.
And so I could text the mom. I said, I just hired your boys, right?
I love it.
But, you
that's
know,
community.
That's community.
Come on. Come on.
Don't just see the babies walking down the street with a shovel.
Come on.
Say, you know what? If you shovel those people's, even if you don't know them,
Mm-hmm.
how much you want?
Come on.
I'm going to help you.
Listen.
What's $5? What's $10? We eat that up at
They
McDonald's.
could be doing anything.
The people that eat at McDonald's.
Come on, that right. They could be doing anything.
Anything.
And the fact that you had an opportunity to pour in them because they were doing the right thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Helping the community.
Yeah.
I was walking home a couple of summers ago with my hood on. And these guys approached me. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't tell it's me, I guess. And I turned around and I said, what was y'all thinking about doing?
Right.
Okay. I'm in my neighborhood, first of all. No. I said, then one of them said, that's Sista Afrika. I said, boy, let
me call your mama.
You hear me? Because listen, we're not gonna play these games.
Let me call
you know
your
what I mean?
mama.
Like, no, we're not doing that. So what do y'all need?
You probably
What's
saved
happening?
You probably saved his life. Because
talking
once
about
he left you, he probably would have went to somebody
Somebody
else to
else.
do something.
I
But
was-
you gave him something
Thank
to
God
think
it
about.
was me, right?
Mhm.
And I'm like, what y'all want? We want some McDonald's.
See,
They want something to eat.
they were hungry.
McDonald's is right there. We walked right back around.
Mhm.
I said, don't y'all ever do this again.
Yeah.
Call me first.
Because they could
Call
have been
somebody.
killed.
That's right.
Mhm.
It happens that quick.
Yeah.
Who is it? You mentioned a lot of people that you've worked with, that you've
Mhm.
partnered with, you've collaborated with. Who is it that you would love to connect with?
Ooh, Michelle Obama.
Michelle Obama. That's reachable.
Michelle Obama.
Okay.
I would love to connect with
You
Michelle
know, my
Obama.
mom taught her drama.
You know,
after
it's
church.
it's amazing that Michelle Obama. I'm not gonna tell that story, but I would love to connect with Michelle Obama and
Okay.
Oprah. Give me a call.
Put it out there. Michelle Obama, the Big O,
Yeah.
Oprah Winfrey. These
Yeah.
are the two.
You know, and not to say that their visions and their missions, because everybody has their own brand
Yeah,
and things
yeah.
that they support. But I just feel like the women and men that are in spaces that can really push the needle forward
Mhm.
with autism, developmental, intellectual disabilities, even like Kanye West. Connect me
Yes.
with him. I would love to connect with Kanye. I would love to, because he's admitted that he is on the spectrum.
That's right.
And if he just comes forward, more people would, even when he had his mental health breakdown,
Mhm, mhm.
more people got really comfortable with saying, you know what, I'm in that space
I have a
too.
therapist.
Yeah, because I
go
tell
see
you,
somebody. I need help.
if I'm going
It
through
makes it
something,
normal.
I'm gonna make it known, and not just to put my business out there,
Mhm.
but to encourage somebody.
That's
Because when Jason have a meltdown, I get on Facebook, y'all nephew acting up today. You know,
Mhm,
everything
mhm.
around here is not gravy today.
That's
He
right.
had a little situation last week where I had to remind him that I was the mama.
Come on.
You know, just
come
because
on.
you're 37, I'm the mama.
I'm the mama.
And
right.
you know, sometimes autism rears its ugly head sometimes.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we need transparency.
We need transparency.
Secrets make you
And without
sick.
judgment.
Secrets make you sick.
Whew, that's
And
good.
secrets make you sick. And it's a difference in being secretive and private.
That's
Because
right.
I'm very private.
That's right.
I can count on one hand the people that have graced that have entered my door at my home. I'm very private, because when I get to my home, that's my peace, that's my zen.
Right.
But when I'm in the community, it's not that I'm not going to be loving and caring and everything like that. And it's if something I want to share with you, I'm going to share it,
That's right.
because I'm transparent.
That's
Anybody
right.
that talks about their whole addictive life,
Come on.
I mean, you go to
You don't even have
YouTube,
to talk about that.
go to YouTube, and my whole life is there. But it has gotten me to where I am right
That's
now,
right.
and just being supportive.
I love your story. I love how fully transparent you are, how open you are, because when you free yourself, you free others just by being honest with yourself about yourself. And you don't have to do that.
Yep.
And you are graceful in how you do it.
Amen.
How can people find you?
Well, you can find me on IG, Debra Vance, and go to the Answer Incorporated's IG page as well. You can go to the Answer Incorporated on Facebook as well, and Debra Vance.
Now spell your Debra and your Vines.
Oh, I'm a Debra Vines, and it's really one name because everybody call me Debra Vance.
Right? They say it all.
It's not like it's my first name and last name. It's like one name, and I'm okay with that because it's been like that all my life. I ran into a guy at the barbershop yesterday, and I hadn't seen him since maybe I was 20. And he said, "Debra Vance, is that you?"
I love it.
Grammar
you can't
school.
Just say one name. You get to say
And
it all.
I'm okay with that. And our phone number is 708-296-5651. or you can go to our webpage at theanswerinc.org.
I'm so grateful. Our guest today just lit up the studio. We're here at
Thank
the
you for
Bronzeville
having
Podcast
me.
Studio, the home of the Chicago Hip Hop Heritage Museum. Thank you to all of our sponsors, Trek, that's TRECC, Diverse City, Bronzeville Podcast Studio, Real Noise, Chicago Hip Hop Heritage Museum. And thank you so much for tuning in with us. Africa Cares, Humble, we appreciate you. Keep checking in with us. Let us know if you would like to be a guest at the Chicago Community Activism Podcast with Sista Afrika. Thank you. That was nice. That's so quick.
I'm gonna send you something.
We are who we've been waiting for. We are we got. We are our own solution.
I'm looking, I'm searching.
I'm looking.
I'm looking, I'm searching.
I'm searching.
I'm looking for someone to give about me. I'm looking, I'm searching. I'm looking, I'm searching. I'm looking for someone to give about you. I'm looking, I'm searching. I'm looking, I'm searching. I'm looking for someone to give about me. I'm looking, I'm searching. I'm looking, I'm searching. I'm looking for someone to give about you.
It's from the love that's in me. I love the love. I am so grateful for the envy, but yet they still attack me with the envy. They're trying to clog my drain, leave me empty. They say I'm honored every week. I say humbled and grateful, not to feel weak. Let the church speak. I'm on